Hi all. Today I am talking about a plant, lichen. 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 Lichens are plants with a composite nature. That is, it consists of two dissimilar organisms. And these two dissimilar organisms will be living together in symbiotic association and functioning as a single unit. In lichens, the two dissimilar organisms are algae and fungus. Algae and fungus. The algal partner is known as phycobiont and the fungal partner is known as mycobiont. Both these phycobiont and mycobiont are the Greek words meaning phycos meaning algae and mycos meaning fungus and bios meaning life. Thus comes the word phycobiont and mycobiont. In this symbiotic association between the algae and fungus, the fungal partner occupies the major portion of the thallus and the algal partner is acting as a food manufacturer. That is, the algae will be having the chloroplast for photosynthesis and it will photosynthesize to produce the carbohydrates and it will supply the carbohydrate to the fungal partner. And in association, the fungal partner is giving a living space for the for the algae. And this fungal partner is undergoing the reproduction and only the fungal partner will be producing the reproductive structure, but the alga partner is acting as a food manufacturer. Now, coming on to the different types of lichen, there are three different types of lichen known as the first one, crustose lichen, crustose, crustose lichen. Second one is foliose lichen, foliose, foliose lichen. And the third one is fruticose lichen, fruticose. There are three different types of lichen: crustose lichen, foliose lichen and fruticose lichen. Among these, the first one, crustose lichen. The crustose lichen is having inconspicuous thallus which are flat and appears as a thin layer on the substratum such as bark, stone, etc. You might have noticed this type of green patches on rock or the stone and it may belongs to the crustose lichen. This white colored portion, it belongs to the crustose lichen and this is the substratum. Now, the second type of lichen, the foliose lichen. Foliose lichen. These are leaf-like lichens where the thallus is flat and horizontally spreading and with the lobes. You can see the lobes here. See this. These are the lobes. And these thallus are attached with the substratum by means of rhizines, rhizines, rhizines. Now comes the third one, the fruticose lichen, fruticose lichen. In this, the lichens are shrubby and the thallus are well developed, cylindrical and branched. These are little rough to touch. That is why it is known as shrubby lichens. Now, the examples for different types of lichens are: for crustose lichen, Graphis, Rhizocarpon, Verrucaria, Lesidia are the examples. For foliose lichen, Parmelia is an example of foliose lichen. Parmelia, Parmelia. Example for fruticose lichen is Usnea, Usnea, Usnea. Internal structure of lichen thallus. Based on the distribution of algal member inside the thallus, the lichens are divided into two types. The first one is homoemerus, HOMOIOMEROUS, homoemerus. And the second one is heteromerus, HETEROMEROUS. Thus, there are two different types of thallus based on the algal member, distribution of algal member inside the thallus. Homoemerus lichen and heteromerus lichen. Among this, the first one is homoemerus lichen. In homoemerus lichen, the algal cells and the fungal hyphae are more or less uniformly distributed throughout the thallus. And here the algal members belongs to the cyanophycean members. Here you can see the brown colored fungal filaments. See, these are the fungal filaments, and these violet round structures are represented by the algal members. Here it's very clear that the algal members and the fungal members are uniformly distributed, and such thallus structure is known as homoemerus thallus. Now, the second type is the heteromerus lichen. In the case of heteromerus lichen, the thallus is differentiated into four distinct layers. The upper cortex, this region, upper cortex, then comes the algal zone, then medulla, this region, medulla, and the lower cortex. Thus, the thallus is divided into four different distinct layers such as upper cortex, algal zone, medulla, and lower cortex. Here, the algal members are restricted to the algal zone only. If you look into the structure in detail, first one, the upper cortex. The upper cortex is thick and outermost protective covering made up of compactly arranged interwoven fungal hyphae. See this. You can see the compactly arranged interwoven fungal hyphae in this region. Compactly arranged interwoven fungal hyphae in the upper cortex. The algal zone comes just below the upper cortex. This region, algal zone, comes just below the upper cortex and is made up of algal cells only. Here, sometimes loosely interwoven fungal hyphae is also seen. The central region is occupied by the medulla, that is, lower to the algal zone is the medulla, and medulla is comprised of loosely interwoven thick-walled fungal hyphae with large intercellular spaces. The lowermost region is the lower cortex. Just as in the case of upper cortex, the lower cortex is also composed of compactly arranged hyphae, and it carries the rhizines. These are the rhizines. This is all about the internal structure of the thallus of lichen, and it includes two types of thallus, the homoemerus thallus and a heteromerous thallus. Now, reproduction in lichen. The reproduction in lichen is carried out through the three methods: the vegetative reproduction, asexual reproduction, and sexual reproduction. Earlier, I have told you that the reproduction is carried out by the fungal partner, and the algal partner is not at all involving in the reproduction. Here, the first reproduction, the vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction is taking place through three different methods. First one is the fragmentation, second one is sedia formation, third one is the soridia formation. In fragmentation, the fungal hyphae is broken down into small units, and each unit is again developing into a new thallus. The second one is isidia formation. These are the small outgrowth from the thallus surface. And these outgrowth will be carrying both the fungal partner and the algal partner. These are the small outgrowths. The third one is soridia. The soridia are small powdery propagules composed of the fungal hyphae wrapped around the algal partner. That is, it will be having centrally occupied algae, and these algae in turn are wrapped around the fungal partner. And this type of spores, this type of powdery propagules are known as soridia. Now, the second method of reproduction is asexual reproduction, and this asexual reproduction is taking place through oidia formation. O-I-D-I-A, oidia formation. That is, the hyphae break up into small individual components, and each component develop into a spore. The spore on germination again produces the fungal partner, and the fungal partner get in association with the algae and forms a new lichen. Now, the third method of reproduction is sexual reproduction. In lichen, there are two different types of lichen. They are ascolichen and basidiolichen. Basidiolichen. If the fungal partner is from Ascomycotina, it is known as ascolichen, and if the fungal partner is from the Basidiomycotina, this is known as basidiolichen. So, during sexual reproduction, the Basidiomycotina members under the basidiolichen will be producing the basidiospores, and in the case of ascolichens, it will be producing the ascospores, and the method of reproduction is somewhat similar to that seen in the case of Basidiomycotina and Ascomycotina. Fruiting body in lichen. Fruiting body are produced as apothecia, A-P-O-T-H-E-C-I-A, or as perithecia, P-E-R-I-T-H-E-C-I-A. If the fruiting body is apothecia, it will be disc shaped. Like this, it will be disc shaped, but the perithecia is flask shaped fruiting body. The apothecia is produced in Parmelia and Usnea. In Verrucaria, the fruiting body will be perithecia. In this picture, you can see the apothecia. See this, these small disc shaped or saucer shaped structure. See this, these are the apothecia produced on the lichen thallus. Here also These are the apothecia produced on lichen thallus. Now, coming on to the structure of apothecium, the apothecium is divided into three different layers. Among this, the first layer is this region. The first layer is hymenium, Hymenium, hymenium. The second layer is hypothecium. This region is known as hypothecium, Hypothecium, hypothecium. And the third layer is excipile. This region is known as excipile, excipile, excipile. Thus, there are three layers in the case of apothecium. They are hymenium, hypothecium and excipile. Now, coming on to the structure of hymenium. The hymenium is the fertile layer. This region. This is the fertile layer and it includes acae and paraphysis. Acae and paraphysis. That is the club-shaped acae. Say this like this, club-shaped acae. And these club-shaped acae will be intermingled with the paraphysis. You can see here, this is the acae and these are the paraphysis. Now, the paraphysis get embedded in gelatinous material to form a thick covering over the acae. See here, that is the paraphysis get embedded in a thick gelatinous material to form a layer known as epithecium. Epithecium, epithecium. That is, the epithecium is the outermost layer of hymenium. The hypothecium is seen just below the epithecium. Hypothecium, this region, just below the hymenium. And the hymenial elements seems to be developing from the hypothecium. The excipile form the rim of the apothecium. See this region is forming the rim of the apothecium. This is all about the structure of apothecium. Thus, these are the general characters of lichen. Once again, the special features of lichen are, these are dual or composite organism consisting of an algal partner and a fungal partner, that is phycobiont and a mycobiont. Algae are synthesizing the food material and fungus is providing space for the life of algae. And generally there are three kinds of thallus: crustose, foliose and fruticose. Now, moving on to the classification of lichen. There are different types of classification for lichen. The first one is based on the habitat. That is, based on the habitat where the lichen is living, the lichens are divided into four main categories. They are, first one is saxicolous, SAXICOLOUS. Second one is corticolous. The third one is terricolous and the fourth one is lignicolous. Among this, saxicolous meaning living on the rock, Corticolous meaning living on the bark. Terricolous meaning living on the soil. And lignicolous meaning living on the wood. Now, the second type of classification based on the group of fungal partner. If the fungus present in the lichen belongs to Ascomycetes, then the lichen will be called as Ascolichen. When it is of Basidiomycetes type, then the lichen is Basidiolichen. Thus, there are two different types of lichen based on the fungal partner. Now, the third type is based on the thallus structure. Based on thallus structure, there are three different types. They are, first one crustose lichen, second one foliose lichen, and the third one is fruticose lichen. Now, the fourth type of classification based on distribution of algal and fungal component in the thallus, that is based on the internal structure of the thallus. The lichens are divided into homomerous, homomerous thallus, and the second one is heteromerous thallus. Thus, the lichens are classified based on habit, group of fungal partner, thallus structure, and a distribution of algal and fungal components inside a thallus. Now, moving on to a type Usnea, U-S-N-E-A, Usnea. The systematic position is division Mycota, subdivision Eumycotina, class lichens, subclass Ascolichens, series Gymnocarpae, order Parmeliales, family Usneaceae, and the genus is Usnea. Usnea is a widespread fruticose lichen. Say this, it is a fruticose lichen. The thallus is ribbon-like and branched. You can see the ribbon-like thallus here. The thallus is ribbon-like. See, these are the ribbon-like thallus. Thallus is ribbon-like and highly branched. It grows erect or pendant. See this. This is hanging from the wood, or it can also grow erect. Usnea is popularly known for medical property across the world. The lichen genus Usnea is represented by 300 species all over the world. It remains attached to the substratum with the help of holdfast, H-O-L-D, hold fast. These are disc-shaped structure. See, it will be having a disc-shaped structure here, and with this disc-shaped structure, the thallus, whole thallus is getting attached to the substratum or to the branches of the tree. The thallus will be grey-green in color. It carries a main stalk. See this. This is the main stalk of the thallus. It carries a main stalk. And this main stalk get repeatedly branched and are covered with the fibrils. You can see here. This is the main branch. This is the main branch, and these main branches are covered with the small fibrils. The phycobiont in the case of Usnea is Protococcus, P-R-O-C-O-C-C-U-S. This is the algal partner seen in the case of Usnea. In Usnea, you can see plate-like apothecium. See here, at the tip of the thallus, you can see numerous plate-like apothecium produced on the tip of the branches, like this. These are the plate-like apothecium produced by the lichen Usnea. Now, coming on to the internal structure of the thallus, a cross section of the thallus shows outermost layer, the cortex. See, suppose this is the cortex, and inner to the cortex is this blue colored line represents the cortex, and inner to the cortex is the algal zone. See, this region, this it represents the algal zone. The central region is occupied by medulla. That is, here you can see the cortex, then just below the cortex is the algal zone, and the central region is occupied by the medulla. This is all about the internal structure of the thallus. Now, moving on to the reproduction. It reproduces vegetatively as well as sexually. The vegetative reproduction is taking place through fragmentation, and the sexual reproduction is taking place through the ascospore formation. And these ascospores are produced inside the assae, as in the case of Ascomycotina. The ascospores are produced in the case of assae. Here, and assae in turn is produced inside the apothecium. See, this is the apothecium. This disc-shaped structure at the tip of the thallus. This is the thallus. Okay, tip of the thallus is the apothecium. The apothecia are large plate-like structure and are terminal in position. The margin is fringed with the bristles like a outgrowth. See, you can see the bristle like outgrowths. These are the outgrowth, and such outgrowths are seen on the margin of the thallus. Margin of the apothecium. This apothecium is about 1 centimeter in diameter. If you look into the structure of the apothecium, it carries hymenium. See, this region, hymenium, this is the hymenium. Hymenium include the assae and paraphysis. Numerous assae carrying the ascospores, and in between the assae you can see the paraphysis. See, these are the paraphysis. The paraphysis get embedded in the gelatinous material at the tip to form the epithecium. Just below the hymenium is the hypothecium, this region. This is the hypothecium. The margin is known as acciput. And this is all about the structure of apothecium of Usnea. Happy learning. Bye.